Hey guys, I'm Adam Cesare, and I come to you today on bended knee, for I have forgotten the face of my father. It's been since November since I've uploaded a Let's Read Adam Reads the Dark Tower video, and I really only made it 2 books in. I made it 3 videos in. I haven't filmed one since November. But today we're going to be talking about the Wasteland, and today's a very special occasion because it's the day I'm filming this when the Dark Tower movie trailer came out. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that too. So stay tuned. I'm Adam Cesare. This is Project Black T-shirt. So back when I did my last video about the drawing of the 3, I kind of mentioned that I was having a little bit of fatigue with these characters and a lack of forward momentum. One of my good friends, another author named Aaron Dries, he kind of reached out and he said he loved the Dark Tower too much to kind of keep seeing me try to rush to read a book a month and make a video a month. And he told me, Adam, you need to slow down. You need to kind of savor and enjoy the Dark Tower. You can't rush it. Because like I said in that video, there were originally years and years between when these books were released. So this is not kind of the way to read them, to rush to read them one a month. And I'm glad Aaron reached out to me because I finished reading The Wastelands when he told me that. And I'm glad he did because it is my favorite of the three books I've read so far. I think it kind of improves upon the Drawing of the Three. If the Drawing of the Three is kind of the getting the band together story, the Wastelands is what happens when the band is together, and now we can put them in all these different action set pieces. And it's not a book that beats around the bush. It starts out with Eddie Dean fighting Shardik, the animatronic Disneyland of the future bear with a satellite dish on his head, who's also sick and puking up maggots and stuff like that, which thus far is my favorite scene in all of the Dark Tower. I'm really just going to kind of give you the big bullet points of what I liked about the book because it's been so long and I don't remember, and I'm not going to give you like a full plot synopsis. If you're watching this video, if you're 4 deep in this video series of me reading the Dark Tower, I'm guessing you've read the Dark Tower, and I'm guessing at this point you don't need a kind of Wikipedia of it. So, Shardik, awesome. One of the dopest, coolest scenes in the series so far. Probably my favorite so far. We also have the introduction of Oi, who is a Billy Bumbler, who's kind of Jake's fun sidekick pal and a new member of the quartet. Billy Bumblers, I know it's probably jokey. They're probably... to tell you the truth, I don't really look at like fan communities, or I don't really get really like the scent of the room. But I'm guessing that hardcore Dark Tower fans like think that Billy Bumblers are like the Ewoks of Dark Tower. This is just a guess. This is a wild guess. But I kind of love Oi. I think he's like super endearing. And as someone who has a dog, and as someone who's a dog lover, and I know that Stephen King likes dogs, and he has little corgis, and his whole family has corgis, I feel like I have a special kinship with Oi, and King has a special kinship with Oi. Dark Tower readers probably have a special kinship with Oi. There's that kind of extra level of intelligence that he's added, like a parroting, or like a parrot-like features to a dog / raccoon / like a little fluffy animal, and I love that. This is also a book where we finally have big stuff happen and big action set pieces and big kind of Western style standoffs, even though they happen in this Mad Max style world. And the town of Ludd, where the Greys and the Pubes are in this ever expanding, ever dwindling war that they're in. I really love it. I love the TikTok man. I love these real bastards of bad guys that King kind of uses the Dark Tower as an excuse to really just kind of just go ham on making villains. And that's one of the things that I love about this series. And what I loved about reading this series so far. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say about the Wastelands. Dope villains. Billy Bumblers are cute and funny. Shardik the Bear was awesome, and I kind of can't wait to see the rest of these Guardians. And I know that they're hinting at them, and they're following the path of the beam and all this cool stuff. And I have read a little bit ahead of this, or since November was a little bit of a really long lag time. I'm gonna try to finish them up. Especially, I'm gonna try to finish them up before this movie comes out in August. And I'm sure you've heard about this movie. Idris Elba, Matthew McConaughey, little kid who plays Jake. All states. Dennis Haysbert as Stephen Deschain, the father of Roland. So a really cool cast and a very, very, very intimidating piece of source material to adapt. And I don't do trailer reactions. I'm not a big trailer reaction audience member for these kinds of things. But if you want me to talk about the trailer a little bit, I'm going to right now because I feel strongly about it. And I feel strongly that this movie's probably going to be something we need to go see, and a trailer is not going to tell you anything. If you cut this down to 3 minutes, the trailer has kind of those janky moments where characters are saying things in voiceover, and then you cut to them and they're saying a different thing, so they're clearly trying to string together some kind of narrative for this trailer that may not be in the actual movie. But some takeaways: it's super dope when Roland's loading his guns and just straight up pouring bullets into it. They're just going one after the other. I like hearing the gunslinger's prayer. I like hearing that out loud, and I like Idris Elba's awesome voice saying it. Matthew McConaughey seems like he's really, and this is a kind way of saying it, really throwing himself at the Man in Black. His like, did you tell him that everyone that rides with you dies, or everyone that you get close to dies, or whatever the line is. It's the exact line from the book, but I can't even remember it. But his whole shtick is very Matthew McConaughey as Randall Flagg bit that he's doing. We'll see. The movie's clearly got bits of the Wasteland in there, because you've got like the junk house monster, or the drawing of the three in there, because you got the junk house monster. All different things that are, I'm sure, from books that I haven't even read yet, because I'm only up to the 4th book, or I'm only reading the 4th book right now. I'm going to reserve judgment until I see the film itself. I'm going to reserve judgment until hopefully I'm done with all the books, because I'm almost done with 4. I guess I have 3 left after that. I think I can do it by August. I'm going to try to do it by August. I took that little breather that my buddy Aaron told me to take, and I'm reinvigorated. I love these books so far. I especially love The Wastelands, which we've talked about here. Spoiler alert, I really like The Wizard in Glass, even though it's kind of this weird flashback side story. It's definitely the most Western of all the books. Today, I didn't give you a movie recommendation, which I try to do and everything. So if we're talking about The Wastelands and you want to see other kind of crazy Mad Max post-apocalyptic knockoff, but you want to have a little fun with it because The Wasteland's a little heavy, I would say The New Barbarians, which is a movie I just saw during this year's X-Fest. I saw it in 35mm. Exhumed Films did it. It is one of the weirder post-apocalyptic movies. It's got guys in football pads, driving crappy cars at each other, kind of slowly, but with speed ramping to make it look fast. It's a lot of fun. It's an Italian film. It's got Fred the Hammer Williamson in it. Just fun. Not a serious recommendation for fans of The Dark Tower, but if you're in this Wasteland kind of mood, go watch The New Barbarians. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I'm Adam Cesare. This probably wasn't the one to start with. I have a whole series about reading The Dark Tower in order. You can go check that out. I'll put links somewhere. Usually I do movie reviews and book recommendations hand in hand. And you can check out my channel. You can go subscribe. You can go watch other videos if you want to do that. If you really hated watching my face, you probably won't want to watch another video again. I've grown a beard since the last time. I write books. I wrote the novels Video Night, Exponential, The Summer Job, The Con Season, Mercy House. You can go check out those books on Amazon. It really helps me out, especially if you review them. If you sign up for my mailing list, I send you free short stories, stuff like that. All right. Have a great day. I'm Adam Cesare. Signing off.